यमुनतिरवनचारी जय कुञ्ज बिहारी जय यमुनतिरवनचारी जय कुञ्ज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुञ्ज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुञ्ज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र श्री राधे नरसिंह जय भक्त प्रह्लाद जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय भक्त प्रह्लाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद 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 जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Astottara Sata Shri Shriman His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Astottara Sata Shri Shriman His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Naam Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की श्री श्री वृंदावन धाम गोकुल धाम मथुरा धाम द्वारका धाम की श्री श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की Shri New Vrindavan Dham ki, ISKCON centers worldwide ki, Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai ki, Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the most merciful lotus feet of Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So we are reading from Canto 3, Chapter 25, the glories of devotional service. And we are on verse number 17. Everyone can see the board, right? Okay. Please repeat if you like after me. Tada Purusha Atmanam Kevalam Prakrite Param Nirantaram Swayam Jyotir Animanam Akhanditam. Tada Purusha Atmanam Kevalam Prakrite Param Nirantaram Swayam Jyotir Animanam Akhanditam. Tada Purusha Atmanam Kevalam Prakrite Param Nirantaram Swayam Jyotir Animanam Akhanditam. Matajis, ladies. Anyone else? Thank you so much. Word for word, please repeat. Tada. Then. Purusha. The individual soul. Atmanam. Himself. Kevalam. Pure. Prakrite Param. Transcendental to material existence. Nirantaram. Non-different. Swayam Jyoti. Self-effulgent. Animanam. Infinitesimal. Akhanditam. Not fragmented. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. At that time, the soul can see himself to be transcendental to material existence and always self-effulgent, never fragmented, although very minute in size. Please repeat. At that time, the soul can see himself to be transcendental to material existence and always self-effulgent, never fragmented, although very minute in size. Purport. In the state of pure consciousness or Krishna consciousness, one can see himself as a minute particle, non-different from the Supreme Lord. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the jiva or the individual soul is eternally part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Just as the sun's rays are minute particles of the brilliant constitution of the sun, so a living entity is a minute particle of the Supreme Spirit. The individual soul and the Supreme Lord are not separated as in material differentiation. The individual soul is a particle from the very beginning. One should not think that because the individual soul is a particle, it is fragmented from the whole spirit. Mayavad philosophy enunciates that the whole spirit exists, but a part of it, which is called the jiva, is entrapped by illusion. This philosophy, however, is unacceptable because spirit cannot be divided like a fragment of matter. That part, the jiva, is eternally apart. As long as the Supreme Spirit exists, his part and parcel also exists. As long as the sun exists, the molecules of the sun's rays also exist. The jiva particle is estimated in the Vedic literature to be 1/10,000th the size of the upper portion of a hair. It is therefore infinitesimal. The Supreme Spirit is infinite, but the living entity or the individual soul is infinitesimal, although it is not different in quality from the Supreme Spirit. Two words in this verse are to be particularly noted. One is Nirantaram, which means non-different or of the same quality. The individual soul is also expressed here as Animanam. Animanam means infinitesimal. The Supreme Spirit is all-pervading, but the very small spirit is the individual soul. Akhandita means not exactly fragmented, but constitutionally always infinitesimal. No one can separate the molecular parts of the sunshine from the sun, but at the same time, the molecular part of the sunshine is not as expansive as the sun itself. Similarly, the living entity, by his constitutional position, is qualitatively the same as the Supreme Spirit, but he is infinitesimal. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So first I would like to thank everyone for allowing me to be here and for giving me an opportunity to serve you. I am greatly privileged and I'm deeply humbled to be in this wonderful new Vrindavan Dham, where Srila Prabhupada said that we must establish the 12 forests of Vrindavan and we must show people simple living and high thinking. Cow protection, deity worship, Brahminical culture. These are the 3 pillars of organized human society. We are still striving to establish those desires of Prabhupada, but it is truly very wonderful to see the beautiful deities, how lovingly they are decorated and served so opulently. We see Radha Vrindavan Chandra, we see Gaur Nitai, we see Gopal Nathji, Srinathji, Giriraj, Govardhan, we see Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Maya, we see Prahlad, Nrsimhadev, we see the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada said we must follow in the footsteps of the great souls, Mahajano Yena Gatasa Pantha, right? So everything is here, spiritual world. So my desire is that we remember Prabhupada's instructions and humbly try to follow his instructions as best as we can. So we are in the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The cantos of the Bhagavatam are compared to the form of the Lord. The form of the Lord in the form of 2 lotus feet. His 2 lotus feet are canto 1 and canto 2. Canto 3 and 4 are his legs. Canto 5 is his navel. Canto 6 is his chest. 7 and 8 are his arms. 9 is his throat. 10th is his beautiful smiling face. 11th is his forehead. 12th is his head. So if we progress slowly, step by step, carefully reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, we will see Krishna, his beautiful smiling face. This is the literary incarnation of the Lord himself. And so let's zoom out a little bit. Who is speaking over here? Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, at the beginning, Shukadev Goswami is speaking to Maharaj Parikshit. And then later, Suta Goswami is relating all this to the sages and Naimisharanya. So at the beginning of the chapter, Shaunak Rishi is asking Suta Goswami some things. And then in the course of that conversation, we hear about questions between Maitreya and Vidura. And Maitreya, in this dialogue, he is relating the pastime of Devahuti and Kapila, where Devahuti is asking the Lord to dispel the darkness of ignorance and give her transcendental knowledge. And the Lord himself is speaking these verses to her, being greatly pleased by her desire to learn transcendental knowledge. So actually the Supreme Lord is speaking over here. So, translation once again. At that time, the soul can see himself to be transcendental to material existence and always self-effulgent, never fragmented, although very minute in size. So Srila Prabhupada in the Bhagavad Gita explains in verse 15:7. What does Srila Prabhupada say? Mamai vamso jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manasastani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. So, this eternal little particle is actually who we are, spirit, soul. Same qualitatively as Krishna, who is Satchit Ananda Vigraha. Eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss. But very, very tiny, very, very small. 1/10,000 the tip of a hair. If you remember your biology class, if you remember you had to draw the shaft of the hair. You remember? The most bulbous part is embedded in the skin. And then the hair shaft thins out, becomes narrow, 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 until it's a very narrow tip. Now you take that tip and divide it into 1,000 parts. Take that one part, divide it into another 1,000 parts. That's the size of the soul. So small. Very, very, very tiny. Therefore we cannot see it. But it's as brilliant, more brilliant than 1,000,000 suns. And it gives the consciousness to the entire body, which is simply made of dead matter. Earth, water, fire, air, ether is the gross body. Mind, intelligence, false ego is a subtle body, and embedded in this covering is the spirit soul. So just think how tiny we really are. What is the first thing we hear when we come to the Hare Krishna movement? You're not this body. You're spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. You are also eternal. You're also full of bliss. You're also full of joy, and you have full knowledge. So then why are we like this? Miserable, unhappy, grumpy, angry, anxious, depressed. Right? Because we have fallen away from the grace of God. We chose to rebel against Krishna. We decided we want to be Krishna. We decided to lord it over material nature. Enjoy separately from Krishna. So Krishna says, all right, you want to go? Try it. Go. See for yourself how it is. So here we are, in this prison house called material world, struggling with the three modes of material nature in which we have been embedded since time immemorial. Cannot count how many millions, billions, billions, gazillion lifetimes we have spent rotating in this material world, action, reaction for the entanglement. But Srila Prabhupada, in his mercy, has come to pull out of this entanglement and re-establish us in our eternal constitutional position of pure loving servitorship to Radha and Krishna. Jivera Swarup Hoy, Nityera Krishna Das. Who am I? Nothing but eternal servant of Krishna. Lord Chaitanya declares, I am not a Brahmana, I am not a Vaishya, I am not Kshatriya, I am not a Shudra, I am not a Grihastha, I am not Vanaprastha, I am not Sannyasi. Who am I? Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayor Das Dasanudas. I am simply a servant of the servant of the servant of the maid servants of the cowherd damsels of Raja. Gopis, the most beloved servitors of the Lord are the gopis. Radharani being the topmost among them. So, we have strayed far, far away from our real position, and we are grappling, it is said over here, with the material nature. But this struggle for existence can end immediately by what? Surrender. The pure devotee of the Lord simply comes with only one desire, to save the conditioned souls from the repeated rotation of birth and death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam, iha samsare bahudustare, iha samsare bahudustare, kripaya pare pahi murare, bhaj govindam, bhaj govindam, govindam bhaja mudhamate. Who's singing this? Adi Shankaracharya. In the end, he says, bhaja govindam, bhaja govindam, bhaja govindam mudhamate. Oh, you poor, dull-headed fool, just worship Govinda. At the time of death, all these rules of Sanskrit grammar will not help you. Adi Shankaracharya, he saw an old man, laboriously trying to write out rules of Sanskrit grammar. So this ritualistic business will not work. Because what does Krishna want? He wants our love. He is prema bhuki. He is pyasa for prem. He wants to exchange loving exchanges with you. Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram, Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram, Ramanarayanam Janaki Vallabham, Ramanarayanam Janaki Vallabham. कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं, बेर शबरी की तरह तुम खिलाते नहीं, बेर शबरी की तरह तुम खिलाते नहीं. The translation is, who says Krishna doesn't eat? Who says Krishna doesn't eat? You don't feed him like Shabari. You know the story of Shabari? Some of you may know the story. Yeah, she's a very great mystic sage living in the forest waiting for Shri Ram to come, because her guru Matanga Muni had told her one day Ram will come. So every day she would go out in the forest. Today my Lord Ram will come. I must collect some fruits for him. I must collect some berries for him. Every day without fail for years she would go out in the forest, and how she would test the fruit? She would bite into it and chew it. Oh, it's bitter. No. And she would take another one. Oh, this is sweet. All right, I'll take this for Ram. Every day she would collect like this, but no Ram. But she did not stop. Every day she would wake up and same thing. Today my Lord Ram will come. And one fine day Lord Ram did come with Lakshman. He was looking for Mother Sita. Shabari was so happy. She was ecstatically joyful. She received the Lord. She offered him what comfort she could in her little humble hermitage, offered him water, a place to sit, and then very lovingly she offered this plate of berries. What can you get in the forest? And Lakshman is looking at that plate and little chewed berries, and Ram is eating with great relish, great delight, great enjoyment, and Lakshman is aghast. What is this? Chewed berries? That to a woman? And my Lord Ram is eating it? But he didn't say anything. Afterwards he asked Lord Ram, what is this? You are eating these berries chewed by this lady? What is this offering? So Ram replied, my dear Lakshman, you saw the chewed up berries. I saw her love and devotion. I tasted her love. And many years later, when he was king in Ayodhya, one day when Sita served him lunch, he was crying with tears in his eyes. And Sita is saying, my Lord, is everything okay? Is all the preparation all right? And Lord Ram with his hand saying, I'm remembering my Shabari's bear and I'm crying. So this is how much the Lord loves his devotee, however humble the offering may be. कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं. Who says Krishna doesn't dance? Who says Krishna doesn't dance? Like the gopis, you are not making him dance. That is why he is not dancing. So when we dance with great love and devotion, Krishna becomes very happy. And so Lord Chaitanya has come to teach us how to dance for Krishna, how to sing for Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Why do we feel so much joy, so much bliss in singing and dancing? Because this is Golokera Premadhana Harinam Sankirtana. So though we have rebelled, though we have strayed away, Krishna doesn't forget his little parts and parcels. He's still trying to bring us back like a loving father. So he doesn't just throw us in this material world and say, tough luck buddy, you're on your own. He's still with us, following us life after life as a super soul in the heart, waiting to guide us back to him. So he sent the saints, sages, and he comes himself as Lord Chaitanya to remind us, you do not belong here. This is not your home. Come back to me, where you have eternal joy, eternal life, eternal bliss in loving servitorship to me. So this little spirit soul, which is very, very tiny, is covered over in this material world. But we can disentangle ourselves and bring us back to the transcendental platform through this process called Bhakti Yoga, which is the highest of the yogas. You ever heard of Hatha Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, etc. But the best yoga which you can have is Bhakti Yoga, because it is the nature of the soul to give love, to receive love. And the best relationship of love is with Krishna. How can we revive this? Chanting Hare Krishna. Gokul Priya's favorite book is Krishna, the Reservoir of Pleasure, right? She was sharing with me. She likes this little booklet very much. Why? Because it gives very concisely our relationship with Krishna, who is Krishna, and where we should repose our love, so that it is most effective and has most benefit to ourselves and others. Because when we love Krishna, we love everyone. Srila Prabhupada, one of the early disciples, noting how much loving exchanges Prabhupada had with everyone. Even if he met them for the first time, people were captured by the love emanating from Prabhupada. Said, Srila Prabhupada, everyone loves you. And Prabhupada said, yes, because I love everyone. Of course, this is the pure devotee of the Lord, but we too can aspire to regain our lost relationship with Krishna. Yes, we are very small, we are very tiny particles of Krishna, but we belong to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada says, just as a gold ring has the same composition as the gold mine. A drop of water of the ocean has the same composition as the ocean. And sometimes Prabhupada compares a spark of the fire. So as long as we remain in the fire, you can see sometimes when you light up a bonfire, what happens? So many bright sparks come. They are bright, 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 and as they move away, what happens? They become dark and they fall off. Right? So the more we bring ourselves closer to Krishna through this process of Bhakti Yoga, more the spirit soul is enlivened in devotional service and we regain our original nature. Prabhupada also compared it to an iron rod in a fire. When you put an iron rod in a red hot fire, what happens to the iron rod? It becomes red hot too and acts like fire. So this is our nature, non-different from Krishna. And we can regain that nature through Shravana Kirtana Smarana Vandana पाद सेवन दासरे पूजन सखी जन आत्मनिवेदन गोविंद दास अभिलाष रे भजहु रे मन श्री नंदन अभय चरण रविंद रे अभय चरण रविंद रे. So in material world full of anxiety, kuntha, but we can regain our Vaikuntha consciousness by this Shravana Kirtana process. We do not have to be in anxiety. We can become abhayam by surrendering to the lotus feet of the Lord. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayashami ma suchaha. Abandon all varieties of religion, just surrender unto me. I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Do not hesitate. Do not worry. And you too can be fearless, peaceful, happy, joyful, blissful, completely lost in love of Krishna, like the gopis. The gopis are completely lost in love for Krishna. They just hear his transcendental flute, finished, they are hypnotized. शुद्ध बुद्ध खोई खड़ी गोपिया जाने कैसा जादू डाला. There's a very famous bhajan. Some of you may know, right? वृंदावन का कृष्ण कन्हैया सबकी आंखों का तारा. He is the cynosure of all eyes. He is the star in the eyes of all the residents of Vrindavan, and he is simply playing and enjoying himself and mesmerizing all the gopis, the gopas, the cows, the calves, because he is so beautiful. He is so enchanting. He is so loving. He is so naughty. He is so mischievous. Krishna is doing all these naughty pastimes to attract us back to him. He is stealing the garments of the gopis to attract the gopis' minds. He is stealing the butter from the gopis' houses to give them pleasure of scolding him. You naughty boy, you're stealing my butter, I'm going to go and tell Mother Yashoda. So one gopi is complaining to Mother Yashoda like this. There's a Kannada bhajan. Mella mellane bandane gopemma kele mella mellane bandane mella mellane bandu galge muddu kottu. The meaning of this is, he came very slowly, very stealthily, chupke, like a chore. He came so quietly, I didn't know. And he came and gave me a kiss on the cheek and he ran away. This is Krishna, very naughty. What do little children do? They do mischief very quietly. Some of you who are parents, you know, as long as the children are doing chow, 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 you know, everything is okay. But when they become very quiet, then mama knows they're up to some mischief, right? Why suddenly they have become quiet? They're doing something forbidden. Where does that naughtiness come from? It comes from Krishna. So he was doing all these naughtiness, and then she says, please counsel your son. He's such a rascal. He's such a naughty boy. Give him some buddhi. This is not the way to behave. So Krishna's pastimes are so sweet because he wants to attract us back to him. He wants to remind us, you belong to me. You don't belong here in this material world. Don't suffer anymore. Just come back to me. And he's always directing us. Like our car has GPS. Always rerouting, right? When we go astray, it's always rerouting. So imagine Krishna as a loving father, how much he wants to reroute us back to him. We are always going here and there, right? Our minds are taking us here, minds are taking us there, inclinations, our attachments, our desires. But Krishna says, don't worry. All your desires will be perfectly fulfilled in your relationship with me. No worries. So that's why Srila Prabhupada said, chant and be happy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the Srimad Bhagavatam is teaching us that yes, you're very small spirit soul, but be in the spiritual energy and then you will remain unaffected by the material energy. You will transcend modes of material nature. You will regain your original nature with loving servitorship to Krishna. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kanchati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate para. One who is thus situated becomes transcendently joyful. He doesn't hanker or lament for anything. In this state, he can enter into pure devotional service. So this is the beginning stage. First, we need to become peaceful. Without peace, how can we be happy? Right? So what is the way to become peaceful? To get away from the three modes of material nature by chanting the holy names, worshipping the Supreme Lord, reading Srila Prabhupada's books, engaging in worship to the Lord, associating with the sweet devotees of the Lord, and offering our hearts in loving devotion to Krishna. Then slowly we will find that these modes will not affect us so much. Enechi aur shadi maya nasi baro lagi, Hari Naam Maha Mantra lao tumi magi, Jeev jago, Gaura Chandra bole, Khota nidra jao maya pisha chira khole. Wake up, spirit soul, wake up. You don't belong here. Get up, come back to me. Lord Chaitanya is singing. And Lord Chaitanya has made it very easy. Simply come together, clap your hands, sing the Hare Krishna mantra, dance for Krishna, engage in some service to Krishna, take Krishna Prasadam, make your life successful. So easy, so simple, so sublime. And anything that is difficult to do becomes very easy if you remember Lord Chaitanya. But if you forget Lord Chaitanya, even things that are very difficult, easy become very difficult. So always remember Lord Gauranga. Bhaja Gaurango, kaho Gaurango, laho Gaurangera naam re. Bhaja Gaurango, kaho Gaurango, laho Gaurangera naam re. Je jana Gauranga bhaje, se hoy amara pran re. Bhaja Gaurango, kaho Gaurango, laho Gaurangera naam re. What does Bhaja Gaurango mean? Worship Krishna, worship Gauranga, take the name of Gauranga and remember Gauranga, give Gauranga to others. Laho Gaurango, kaho Gaurangera naam re. Je jana Gauranga bhaje, se hoy amara pran re. Gauranga boliya, dubahu tuliya, nachiya bedhare. Raise your two arms and just sing Gauranga, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Then Gauranga bhajile, Gauranga japile hoy, dukhera abasan re. Just by taking the name of Gauranga, all one's miseries will end. Hari Bol. So this Lord Gauranga, so merciful, so magnanimous, so munificent, so charitable, so compassionate, so benevolent, so charitable. We said that already. So generous, so liberal, so giving, so forgiving, so loving, has come just to save us along with Lord Nityananda. These two brothers, transcendental brothers. Parama Karuna, Bahudui Jana, Nitai Gora Chandra, Savavatara Sarashiromani, Kevalananda Kanda, Kevalananda Kanda, Bhaja Bhaja Bhai Chaitanya Nitai, Sudrida Vishwasakori. So what does Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda want? They want you to be happy. Even in this material world, with all the problems, they have come to make you simply happy by lifting you up to the transcendental platform. Through this process of Bhakti Yoga, chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you all very much for listening very patiently. We can now open up for questions, comments, corrections, criticisms, whatever you like. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, very nice class. It looks like not Srimad Bhagavatam class, like Vaishnava songs class. So you were so enthusiastic in singing so many songs and relating to us. So when, in Bhakti Yoga, as we practice, we say, everything will be happy, sukham. But, we still feel a lot of emotions, the anarthas and everything. How do we continue to practice, hoping that these will go away sometime soon?
Right.
Sometimes we lose kind of, this seems to be not happening.
Right. Sometimes we may think, I've been chanting 15 years, 20 years, no taste, so much problem, so much anxiety, so much difficulty. So let's go to 624 of the Bhagavad Gita. Let's see if we can pull it up. And there, Srila Prabhupada said, one should not be anxious, even though it may take time and there may be delay in attainment of result. Let's go to Bhagavad Gita 624. Can someone pull it up for me, please? And then, in the second or third line, Prabhupada is reassuring us. He says, success is sure for the rigid practitioner. I would like to read this for you. Thank you, Prabhu. Appreciate your help. Here we go. You ready? The yoga practitioner should be determined and should patiently prosecute the practice without deviation. One should be sure of success at the end and pursue this course with great perseverance, not becoming discouraged if there's any delay in the attainment of success. Success is sure for the rigid practitioner. Regarding Bhakti Yoga, Rupa Goswami says, Utsahan nischayat dhairyat tat karma pravartanat sangatyagat sato vritte shadbir bhakti prasidhyati. One can execute the process of Bhakti Yoga successfully with full-hearted enthusiasm, perseverance and determination by following the prescribed duties in the association of devotees and by engaging completely in activities of goodness. As for determination, one should follow the example of the sparrow who lost her eggs in the ocean. And she was so determined that who came to help her? Garuda. And the last line, if anyone follows the principles with great determination, the Lord will surely help, for God helps those who help themselves. See how reassuring this is. I would also like to read out one more purport, which is really my go-to purport. I find a lot of reassurance, lot of courage, lot of strength by reading this particular purport to 241. Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana bahushaka hi anantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many-branched. And see this purport, how compelling it is. A strong faith that by Krishna consciousness, one will be elevated to the highest perfection of life is called Vyavasayatmika intelligence. The Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya Leela states, Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kahe Sudrida Nishchaya Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Krita Haya. Faith means unflinching trust in something sublime. When one is engaged in the duties of Krishna consciousness, he need not act in relationship to the material world. So highest perfection of life, Krishna consciousness, is renunciation of the material conception of life. This is automatically achieved by progressive Krishna consciousness. So don't worry. The only rule in Krishna consciousness is never give up. Never give up. And success is yours, guaranteed by Srila Prabhupada. Who gives guarantee in this material world of anything? Tell me. You go to a doctor, oh doctor, I have cancer, please operate, do something, relieve me. Doctor says, I will do my best, but I cannot give any guarantees. I don't know what will happen on the operating table. You get cheated and you find all the papers, you have done everything correct, but your business partner has cheated you, you have all the evidence, you go to the lawyer, please fight my case, I have evidence, here's the proof, here's the papers, everything is clear cut, we have a watertight case, fight for me. What does the lawyer say? I will do my best, but what happens in the courtroom? I cannot guarantee. Does anyone give guarantee of anything in this material world? But Prabhupada is giving us guarantee. You follow this process, success is yours. You will see Krishna face to face. Why not follow Prabhupada? What else is there to do anyway? What else is there to do anyway? Anything better? No. So, we should not be worried. Yes, we are very small, we are very fallen, we are struggling in this material world. We are like little babies, we are just beginning to crawl. But does the baby give up trying to crawl? You see so many babies, they're crawling, they hold on, and on unsteady legs they're walking. But they fall so many times. Do they give up? And one fine day the baby is running all over the place giving mama grief. Daddy and mommy are running behind the baby. Okay, stop. So the day will come when you will be running in Krishna consciousness without a shadow of a doubt. Why? Because Prabhupada is giving us this guarantee. All we have to do is be sincere and be serious, and success is yours. I'm not saying it, Prabhupada is saying it. Is that all right? Anything else?